So, in an effort to be as professional as possible, our show has nice equipment. We all have dynamic microphones. For there'll be a quiz later for those of you playing at home. You got to really be up on it. You know, it gives you the proximity effect. You can lean in and whisper if you want to make a point. So one would think with the beautiful Rode Pod mics that the boys have, which are probably the best bang for your buck for a dynamic microphone on the planet, I think right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just realized Corey's, for sure, untreated room, by the way, very non-professional. His untreated room is echoing. You will hear at some point, and it's Lily, right? The dog's Lily?
Bella.
I apologize. Somebody has a Lily. Bella is hammering away on a dog toy, and that will force. This is almost like a public safety announcement. If you don't hear the dog toy in the next 60 minutes, we recommend you go get your hearing checked. Because when she leans into it, it's like, she's active in the chat. I'll leave it right there. Welcome into the show, ATB at the buzzer. You've got Corey in South Kakalaka, Bella beating the crap. What is the store of choice for you guys down there? You're in South Kakalaka, so what's the pet store of choice? You said you ran to the store.
PetSmart.
PetSmart. Okay. Does she notice I'm asking, does she have a Chewy subscription as well?
We do BarkBox.
Oh, BarkBox. Oh, spoiled.
Yeah.
She gets bespoke boxes of toys sent to the house. Good for her. Good for her. Yeah, I'll use Chewy if I have to, but for the most part, everything I need to get can shoot right in from Amazon. Because Janina will Janina will just yell from the house like litter, wet food, snacks, dry food, and I just order and it shows up. But we do enjoy the Chewy as well. So Corey's in South Kakalaka. Rubber Shoes is always in LA, the Lowell area, and I'm in beautiful downtown New Hampshire. Scotty just got pulled into hair and makeup. I came on and I said to Rubber Shoes, I'm like, he might have the worst job ever. Because he just gets, understanding what he's doing logistics for all these things for Biberty Mutual all over the planet. So he gets pulled into off-hour meetings all the time, and he just got sniped in the hallway and pulled into a meeting. So he is not going to be joining us. And I do believe Adam is perilously close to being on a show eventually, because basketball is over. The new gig at the new company is starting to settle down a little bit. So we may have Adam sooner or later, which is good. And I know both of them are going to miss the conversation that we're going to have because I believe everybody did their homework. I love that Rubber Shoes checked me as soon as I came in. He's like, "Did you watch the documentary?" Because I'm always infamous, and knowing it's an Apple one, and Scotty, I think in the team chat was bitching about
HBO.
Oh, I apologize. HBO, but they're making you wait for episodes, correct? Or did it all launch?
Yeah. Well, they're making you wait.
They're making you wait. Yeah. Like, so, some of the streaming services drop the whole season and you can slam through 6, 8, 10, 12 episodes right away. So, I did watch it. We're definitely going to talk about that.
I hope not.
Oh,
I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it. And I'm going to be really far behind because I have to coordinate with my wife and my son to watch it.
All right, so I apologize. I'm ripping up the show notes. We're going to cover the Celtics documentary in 2035 when Rubber Shoes gets his whole family in the same room.
Yeah, this summer should be good.
This summer, the boys are not going to wait. All right, so I did some unnecessary homework because
you're normally behind, so I didn't see the
dude.
I didn't see the need.
I just fight. I appreciate that, Corey, and I will take that. I will fall on that Nerf sword. Because was it just this past November on our road trip that we did the family and I just did the road trip to the BC SMU game? That was the middle 2 weeks of November when I finally watched The Last Dance. And that's been out since...
The Last Dance has been out since COVID.
thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say the Truman administration. But yeah, you're making my point. So, all right. So we're not going to talk about that because we can't ruin it for rubbishes. This brings up an interesting conversation too. There's not a lot of things that the humans do well. I think one thing that we all morphed into pretty lockstep was the understanding in this brave new world of streaming. There's almost an immediate consideration. It just happened here on the show. There's an immediate consideration if you're talking about, by the way, I'm going to list off a whole bunch of shows I'm watching. Janina's losing her mind because I'll always start another show. And then and everybody has ADD or ADHD. Everybody has attention issues because of our phones and the environment we're in. But I'll start watching one show and I've got a ton of episodes left, but I sort of get bored with it and I move over to another show. So she'll walk in. And of course, thematically, everything I watch is, as she says, bombs, boobs, bullets. It's all the same. It's all the same. It's if somebody's doing something nefarious overseas and the CIA is involved, it's probably on my watch list. And people are really good about figuring out that if you're on Hulu right now, great show. Just watched, just finished the whole season, 8 episodes. Paradise. You guys watch Paradise on Hulu?
No, don't have Hulu.
I've seen the trailer. I don't have Hulu.
I don't watch. Let's see, new shows that
here we go
are on.
We're not going to talk about the Celtics documentary.
Well, actually,
but we are going to talk about everything he's watching.
I watched The White Lotus. That's probably the only thing current that I'm watching.
I haven't watched any of that. Is it
because
good?
I watch it by myself so I can watch it at the fire station.
I
think
all right.
The first 2 seasons were really good. This season just started. I think it's 3 episodes in. It's we'll see. We'll see if it's starting to get a little better, but the first 2 episodes weren't the best.
No.
Season 1 was really good. Season 2, I think, was on par, if not maybe a little better.
What's the best thing you're watching right now, Rubbishes?
Celtics basketball.
Oh my God. Well, I meant
Reacher.
I don't
Reacher for me if you're asking.
I watched.
I was going to get there, but I'm
White
waiting
Lotus
for Grandpa to finish his thought.
White Lotus is the only new thing I am watching. That's not sports.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah.
Would you recommend it?
I think it's getting better. It's gonna be really good towards the end. I definitely recommend the first 2 seasons.
That was the promise you made on prom night. It's gonna get better. I promise it's gonna get better at the end.
And so you don't need to watch season 1 in order to watch season 2, but you do have to watch season 2 to watch season 3. So
it's
what
not
it
a
is,
linear storyline.
The White Lotus is like a rich health and wellness spa type places, right? And they're all over the world. So the first one was in Maui, I believe. The second one was in Italy. But and there wasn't characters that moved over until this one. Are you sure? Are you sure you're on the right mic, Corey? Because like my wife's been grinding stuff in the food processor.
Grinding.
Careful.
You can't hear that, right?
He's watching White Lotus by himself.
Right? You didn't hear any of that, right?
No.
Yeah. So
it's possible I could be on the wrong mic.
Well, tap the microphone. Yeah, I can tell by his voice that he's on the right mic. But yes,
it sounds right. But
it is weird that because I have, like, for example, here I have, and I've told this story a million times, but I have an Alexa show with the big screen on my desk. So if I want to see the cameras at home and all that kind of stuff, I get notifications if people are at the garage and all that. And I also use it to set up my day. I have to have Alexa go off at 29 and 59 all day to remind me to wrap up the meeting I'm in to get to the meeting I'm going to, right? so I can excuse myself from the conversation on Zoom, right? And I always say, Alexa, stop. And my agents have always said, I can't hear that. And it's super loud here. And it's an arm length away. It's at the end of my hand over here. So yeah, these dynamic microphones are usually pretty good, but that fucking dog toy, dude, that's some next level shit.
Yeah.
She destroys them, bro.
Apparently. Apparently.
Oh my gosh.
Is she grinding it in the other room? There's a lot of that going on tonight too.
Yeah.
Very
she just got fixed though, so there shouldn't be a whole lot of grinding.
Well, yeah. There it is. Corey, what did you say you were watching?
So I'm trying to close out Cobra Kai.
I just started that.
I lost interest in it towards the end, like you talked about. I'm watching Reacher and Lioness.
Oh, Lioness is great.
Yeah, and to Rubber Shoe's point is you don't have to watch season 1 in order to watch season 2. So you can jump right in.
Did you see the new series that's starting on Paramount Plus? Mobland.
No.
Ooh. Pierce Brosnan, Helen Mirren. It's a Guy Ritchie production.
Ooh.
I'm going to lose my mind. It looks phenomenal. But I'll tell you right now, if I'm saying, hey, what did I just watch that you should watch? Grab the Hulus and watch Paradise.
I don't have Hulu. I don't have Paramount Plus.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Move to South Carolina. We can be roommates. You can watch my Paramount.
And he's got HBO, but he's waiting on it. The one thing he has, and he can be part of the conversation, is like, I'll get to that in July.
I was gonna watch it at the fire station yesterday, but I'm like, before I watch it, let me check with Steph. Like, do you want to watch it? She's like, yes. And then I checked with Tyler. He wants to watch it too. So it's good. The hard part is getting Tyler.
Yeah.
Oh, so you all want to watch it together. Oh, that's really that's sweet.
I appreciate that. I have Janina wants to watch nothing that I watch. The only thing that she and I would watch together, and season 4 is not here yet, and I got her hooked, is Bridgerton. And I pulled her in. And I've now made that the bane of my existence because she has now gone down a wormhole from season 3. There are 2 characters, Colin and Penelope. That's their name in the show. There's a whole off-screen romance that's not a romance, but like she has basically taken her affinity that she used to have as a teeny bopper for the new kids, and she has now replaced it with this. Like, there's a whole subculture with Bridgerton, which she's knee deep in. But that's really like one of the few shows that we watch together. Everything else for me is all foreign espionage and CIA and Langley and MI5. And
I'm dying for a second season of Landman. Just gonna say
Landman's gonna be great, but this Mobland with Guy Ritchie is Paramount Plus. It looks dope. Oh my God,
I'm on it. I'm watching it tonight.
I thought it was a movie at first. I don't think it's out yet. I don't know if it's out yet. I thought it was a movie at first, but I think it's going to be a series. Which, if that's the case, holy smokes!
I gotta squeeze it in between. I'm gonna have to squeeze this in between Clemson basketball tonight because they're taking on BC.
I saw that skate by on my show, and I was like, he's going to work it into the show. He has to work it into the show.
It's in Massachusetts.
Oh, is that where Chestnut Hill University is? I wasn't aware. That's awesome. Thanks for the geographic.
I'll give you the address if you want it.
Thanks for the geographic head start.
You take a left on Crenshaw.
Here's my rant on that, which I would think I was just screaming at the cats, and Janina happened to be in the room for it. What's so annoying, and I've been saying this for years, I guarantee one of you, if not both of you, have heard me say this. They had just shown us within the last few days, and of course, some BC basketball lowlights. And I love Earl Grant, our head coach, and he's not the guy. And that can be one complete sentence. And that's my complete sentence on BC basketball right now. Clearly not the guy. And they skate right from that, and they go into what? Auburn highlights. Who was the head coach of Auburn? Bruce Pearl. Want to ask me where Bruce Pearl graduated from in 1982?
BC.
How we didn't, when he was at a less substantial basketball program, how we didn't grab him then. and bring him home. And I appreciate the school he's at, and the schools he's been at have all been bigger deals than Boston College. It's just like it's unbelievable to me. Which see, we're dovetailing really well, and I appreciate that you brought up BC basketball. We're dovetailing really well. How did we not get Bruce Pearl? Skates right into how, for a 5th round pick, did the Patriots not get Debo? Let's go there. Let's start with Patriots. What in the ball of fuck are you doing, football? How does that happen?
They better land somebody. They need anybody.
Yeah, but he's broken goods.
Okay.
I'll say this, and I'm clearly not. I clearly don't know what I'm talking about. That should preface every statement I make on the show for the rest of the time. Elliot Wolf.
He's been beat up for years, and
Debo steps into our locker room. If we make that move and he steps into the locker room at Patriot Place, he immediately becomes the best receiver.
Okay. And he'll play 6 games.
Do you really think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
He hasn't played a full season in like
all right, I'm writing this down.
3 seasons.
Yeah, well, we're forming a side bet here. There's got to be a side bet on this.
March 5th, 2025.
March 5th. 3-5. Rubber shoes. Deep thoughts with rubber shoes.
PM.
Yeah. So what you say? You say he'll only play 6 games. Pick your number.
Yeah.
6.
Games.
That's it.
Okay. It's noted.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 13 games. $84 catches, 999 yards.
Okay, so how many catches?
84.
84. He's done that 0 times in his career.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna have a career year.
He's only gone over 999 once.
Okay.
But he's played 15, 7, 16, 13, 15, 50. But even when he plays, he like a lot of times he's hurt when he's playing. He's not 100%.
All right. As long as he scratched down all the numbers.
So I had him on my fantasy team the year that he did the 1,400 yards.
Okay.
And he's been like broke since then.
Okay. I don't know how at that cheap of a price, because for Washington, don't forget NFC Championship, Washington's 5th round pick is pretty close to our 6th round pick, and I'm sure they still would have asked for our 5th round pick. And we're coming out of a season where we were going to burn cash. Don't forget, we were going to burn cash, and we didn't. And we have a ton of money, and we have a ton of need. And there wasn't even a whisper that we were in the conversation. And maybe we were. We weren't. Maybe we were. But like this, to me, is a lead indicator that we're about to go into. And so I feel like we're waiting for the draft. And right now, we're not even. Abdul Carter's not going to get to us.
They want someone better.
Who? T. Higgins, who just got the same agent and just got franchise tagged?
So
they're hoping for Cooper Kupp.
Debo Samuel is going to make $17 million next year.
Okay.
So I don't think he's even close to worth that anymore. I think if they're going to trade, they're going to try and trade for DK Metcalf. Or the kid from Texas, the wide receiver from Texas. I think they're in on also.
So I'm going to say Debo's going to do over 1,000 yards. He's going to play 14 games. And he's going to
that'll be the second time in his career he goes over 1,000.
He'll have 75 catches.
You have all this written down, right?
I do. And 50. Well, no, wait. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's go with that.
We're just throwing pasta at the cabinets, dude. It doesn't really matter.
Because we can look back on this and we can look at Rubber Shoes or me saying I was wrong. But yes. I think he's going to have a career year. I think he's going to everything's trending that he's going to have a career year. And we could have had him for a 5th round draft pick. I say we like him on the team.
Or something in that neighborhood. Something in that neighborhood. And even him coming to us, he's at least
I think they might go after AJ Brown also.
I hope they do. I feel like the dust is going to settle and we're going to be sitting there holding our 4th pick in the 1st round, waiting for not Abdul Carter. He's not coming to us. They probably won't take Travis, which they should, because as soon as it gets past Abdul Carter, and if we're not looking for a quarterback, and we're not, we should be going best available athlete. And at that point,
I think I don't think Hunter or Carter are going to be there at 4.
Hunter's gone. Abdul Carter's gone.
And Cam Ward's gone.
Cam Ward's gone. Yep.
So
we're going to draft the tackle.
And well, that's the thing. So now they're talking about what's it?
Or trade back.
Embo, I think his name is, the right tackle.
Okay.
Because that Will Campbell, his stock has plummeted.
What happened?
He's got small hands, small. His reach is like. So they said in the last 15 years, the All-Pro and what's it? The Pro Bowl tackles have measured 34 inches. Their arms. Okay. Campbell measures at 32 and 5/8, and his shoulders are small. They're like he's probably going to be a really good guard, but there's no way he's going to be a good tackle.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're not taking another guard in the top 5. So
yeah,
why do they have to sit at 4? Like, if trade up, like whoever wants Cam Ward, he's going to be there at 4. Trade up to 1 and take who you want.
Abdul Carter.
Like, if you want Carter, go trade up and get him. That's what they should do. It shouldn't cost much because you're moving up 3 spots.
Right.
I mean, it's probably you're giving up.
It might cost us a 5th round pick.
Yeah.
Which we weren't willing to part with.
Yeah. No, I think they're willing. I really think that they're going to go after. They might go after Brown. They're going to go after Brown, or they're going to go after Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams, come on.
Because Adams played for McDaniels in Oakland,
he's been terrible since Oakland. No, I don't want to see him in a Patriots
Well,
uniform.
he had no quarterback. He had no quarterback in Las Vegas last year, and then he showed glimpses with Aaron Rodgers.
He dropped every ball thrown to him.
I'm just saying that's all the stuff I'm hearing on the talk radio.
I would have taken Debo.
Are we moving into a parlay now? And now we're going to do Devontae Adams, Debo Samuels, who has a better season?
AJ Brown is due like a ridiculous signing bonus. It's not a signing bonus; it's a bonus, roster bonus that's due next week, and it's a crazy hit. So everyone's speculating that Philly's going to try to dump him.
See, I'd rather have Hunter.
See, AJ Brown's a few years younger than Debo, and also he doesn't have as much mileage on him because Debo was playing running back for before McCaffrey got there. He was playing running back and receiver. He's taken a beating, so that's why I would stay away from him. I think
in that Commander's offense, he's going to have more touches, and then there's going to be a focal point, and that guy's just going to sling it all over the field.
Well, they still have McLaurin on there also. was doing really well with Daniels.
Huh. Yeah, just annoyed. I couldn't believe that when I saw that he went, I'm like, okay. And I was waiting. I'm looking at the chyron at the bottom. The information's coming across. I'm like, 5th round pick.
Also you might get an idea of what they're going for if there's been a lot of talk of them going after free agent left tackle from Baltimore, Ronnie Stallion, I think his name is.
Mm-hmm.
So if they shore up a left tackle with him, they're definitely not going tackle in the first round. Or maybe they go for the right tackle. They get the solid veteran on the left side. They draft a guy on the right side. You got your anchors for the next. Well, I don't know how old this Stallion is, but at least 5 years. You got your anchors on both ends.
Would be interesting. I think there'll be a little bit of a freak out too if it gets to the 4th pick and we trade back, right? If we trade back for more, because everybody's so sick of doing that, and like this whole new regime and all this stuff, like whatever they decide to do, I trusting that Vrabel's got one hand firmly on the steering wheel. Like, okay, but I just don't like. I'd rather waste a 5th round pick and take a flyer on, Debo, who apparently is, destroyed and distraught and broken, according to Rubber Shoes.
I was promised fireworks, and I got this from the Celtics back in the day.
Fireworks,
and I want fireworks.
Yeah. Elliot Wolf said, "I will bring you flowers and KY, and I will rock your world." And you woke up and turned the lights on, and Robert Kraft said, "You've been doing jazz hands."
Dude, what is going on with Cleveland? Like, are they that messed up that they're gonna just give up on Deshaun Watson and draft Deion's son? Right? You think that's gonna happen? You think Deion's gonna allow him to go to Cleveland? He's gonna pull a Manning. Not going there.
Yeah, I'd be shocked. Who knows? I'd be shocked. And I love that you brought up Shador, because it's what's most interesting. Back when Eli, and it wasn't even Eli. It was Eli, but it was really his older brother and his dad making sure the cat has entered the chat. Love it. Good morning, Maggie. When the Mannings did what they did to make sure he didn't go to San Diego, and he ended up in a major market, and sure enough, with the Giants, and happened to win 2 Super Bowls against the greatest quarterback ever. So we got to tip our hat a little bit.
I don't want to talk about that.
I appreciate that. Nor do I. That's why we're moving right along. What Eli didn't have, that Shador and all these other kids have, God bless them, is a ton of money already. So the whole concern about, I want to make sure I'm inside the top 10 so I get the big rookie deal. They sort of don't care about it. It's not as important.
No.
It's not as
but
important.
It's still
don't forget four pro quarterbacks. I'm going to get this wrong, but I'm going to strive to get it right. 4 pro quarterbacks in their rookie deals last year collectively were making less than Ewers, the starting quarterback for Texas. 4 pro quarterbacks collectively in 1 year were making less than Ewers made that year for NIL. So that has completely changed the conversation. Having to go top 10, going to San Diego because there's opportunity, they need my help, and I'm inside the top 10 and I'm getting a ton of money. Now he could be like, no, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna go 29 and I'm gonna go sit behind Jaden Daniels and hope he gets injured. Didn't put that out into the universe. Hi, Jaden, we love you. But you know what I mean? Like that. Like it
should have been a Patriot.
Yeah, it's all strategery right now. It has nothing to do like top 10 wanting to go top 10, top 5 and get the biggest contract you can get or the biggest rookie deal you can get. They're not forced by that. And Deion said it on stage months ago. He's like, I didn't do all the work I did with my boys. My boys haven't worked this hard to just go anywhere. I will be part of the conversation right up until they sign. So I don't see, all that to be said. I don't see him going to Cleveland. Do you think he's going to Cleveland, Rubber Shoes?
I guess it. Probably because they're one bad move after another, so they probably will go after a guy who's not going to sign there.
I never thought that Deshaun Watson was going to be that bad. I really did.
I know.
It's unbelievable.
It's
he
like
looks clueless.
That year,
I remember watching him at Clemson, and he was fantastic.
Yep.
The first couple
year
years
off, he forgot how to play football,
or doesn't know how to read a playbook. One of the two.
Yeah, could be a couple of those things. But yeah, he dropped off. But that happens a lot. That happens all the time too. Like kids are good at the college level, which is going to be faster and faster and faster and more like a pro experience every year because now you've got, I think Belichick's laying the groundwork for some of these coaches to be like, oh, it's sort of the same thing. The portal is free agency. NIL is negotiating contracts. That you're going to see this level of competition at the college level start to grow. But my point being, in the grand scheme of things, the kids even excelling at that level get to the pro level, and it's just different. How many Heisman Trophy winners that go number one flake out when they get to the pros?
Oh, Deshaun was good when he was in Houston. It's just
yes. But what was the big change? Just the move to Cleveland?
Or
everything socially
year
happened
away
on the move to Cleveland. Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Something happened.
Something happened.
It sure wasn't football. I don't know if his off the field stuff is messing with his head, and him and Tucker are hanging out too much. I don't know.
Has to be a factor. It has to be a factor. Anyway, all right, we got all those random bets that we sketched down. You have to stick those to the wall behind you, Corey, for
Oh, you know I will.
The end.
I got receipts.
The end of next season. Doesn't look like Marchand's moving rubber shoes.
Who? Marchand?
Brad Marchand. Yeah. Which I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm not happy he's injured. I am happy he's not moving. I would like to see him be a Bruin for life. And obviously, the sad thing is, here's the challenge. The only reason they're not shopping him now is because he's not really trade bait in his current state of affairs, which is an upper body injury, unless you've heard more today. I haven't heard more than that.
No.
There hasn't been any more clarification than that. And so, as Cam said, it'll be a retool. So who do you think, who's still standing when they retool in the offseason? Not that the season's over, but if you're watching them play hockey lately, it certainly feels like it is.
Yeah. Well, you're watching the Providence Bruins right now.
Yeah, because all the kids
with Pasternak.
Yep. But you think Swayman's still here, Pasta's still here, Brad's still here, and McAvoy, right? Like those are probably the four movable objects.
Yeah, I think if they make it past the trade deadline, they'll probably all be here.
Yep.
Although we'll see how negotiations go, because I think Marchand's a free agent after this season, so they'd have to sign him, and he'd have to. He's gonna have to take. He's a lesser player now. He's not a top line player anymore. He's definitely lost a step, I think.
McAvoy,
but also no Marchand.
Oh, Marchand. Okay, I thought you said Mac. Okay.
Yeah. No. But it also could be. You figure he had what two surgeries in the offseason last year.
Yep.
So he could still just not be 100% this season. That could also be a reason why he wasn't playing up to his last few seasons. Ability. Yep. But they got a lot of work to do. Sweeney's got a lot of work to do. And I mean, it'd be nice to he should be trading everyone off just to get draft picks and then try and strike gold in the draft this year. Because they need so much, and you can't get it all in free agency. Like hockey actually has a hard salary cap. You can't just go spend whatever you want. Like football has a cap, but there's ways around it. As we see, the Eagles are way over the cap, but there's ways around it. In baseball, and that's hockey's probably got the toughest cap, and they need it because they don't have the revenue those other sports have.
Right.
So it'll be, I mean, they got to get some of these young guys to hit, and they really don't have anyone that they're talking about that's down in maybe the college kids that they have, maybe a couple of them could, but as far as Providence, there's nothing there.
Do you think there's no way Sacco comes back, right? There has to be a.
Oh, I got a rumor from the wife.
Yeah,
she has sports radio on all day long. She said the rumor is Sidney Crosby and Brad Marchand to the Colorado Avalanche. That they're both.
Isaiah would be happy.
They're waiting. They're waiting for the players to sign off on it. So Crosby, I guess, has to sign off it, and I don't know if Marchand has a. I don't think Marchand has a no trade clause, which is weird that he doesn't, but like other people on the team do.
That's horrible.
See, I can hear her talking to you right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we got her in the background. Yep.
I love it. This just in. We need the little sound effect.
The news desk. The news desk. Yep.
Breaking news. But
Celtics play tonight.
She doesn't think Crosby's going to sign off on it because he wants to stay and finish his career in Pittsburgh.
I would like both of them to stay where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just.
Like Colorado wants to take all the old.
Oh my god! Yeah, you freaking you're bringing Marchand and Crosby. They're going to be playing on Colorado's third line,
which is crazy.
Yeah,
crazy. All right, interesting. We cannot talk about the Celtics HBO special because
we can talk about
watching that later in the year. So we'll get to that later in the year. Maybe after we talk about the final numbers for Deebo Samuels.
Hopefully I get it done before Stranger Things starts.
Oh, my God. When is the next season of Stranger Things?
Oh, God.
October.
Can't do it.
And the only reason I guarantee this is the only reason you have Netflix is because of wrestling. Yes.
Well, it was because of Stranger Things, and then because it was going to be so long between the next season, I canceled it, and the only reason why I have it now is because of wrestling. Yes.
Oh, so they have episodes now. They don't. It's not a sport.
Monday Night Raw is live on Netflix on Monday nights. Then Friday night show. Actually, you want to talk about wrestling? Probably.
I do. I want to find out how you feel about him turning heel. Go.
I was gonna say so. It's
thank you.
This.
See, I know.
So John Cena turning heel is one of the biggest things that's ever happened in wrestling
since Hulk Hogan.
Like Hulk Hogan turned to the NWO back in '96.
See, I know my spots.
It's equivalent. The Hulk Hogan thing might be just a little more of a bigger deal than the Cena one, but this was pretty big, and it was. I was watching it the next day. Tyler had already seen it, so he knew what was happening.
You watched it separately?
Yeah, he watched it without me. Yep.
Back up
He watched it with his girlfriend.
You're watching grappling separately, but you have to be together holding hands to watch the HBO special.
So he watched. He wasn't supposed to watch it without us. Steph and I didn't watch it until Sunday.
Okay.
He snuck it in with it.
So, you're fired.
And The Rock is in there. Like, there's a lot going on.
Oh yeah, it was
Rock's in the ring.
The Rock. So Cody Rhodes, who is
and that's Dusty Rhodes' son.
One of his
I have
sons,
no idea what's going on, but I saw this all come up on SportsCenter, and I'm like, is that Dusty Rhodes' kid? And it's obvious when you look at him.
Yeah, it's
like nobody looks like Dusty Rhodes. Thank God.
Two of Dusty Rhodes' sons wrestle.
Okay.
Yep. Gold Dust. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
Gold Dust.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is happening? How did we go from talking?
I gotta tell you, listen, the man's passionate about his wrestling.
Huge.
The only time, I've never seen Rubber Shoes emotional. Well, a couple times privately talking about our dads, we've been emotional. I've been emotional talking about my dad on the show. Talking about our dads, we get emotional. Rubber Shoes. Remember the commercial 1,000 years ago with the Indian looking over the land and the littering. There was a single tear.
Corey might not be old enough for that one.
Do you remember
You're gonna be 50 in a couple weeks? Come on.
Remember the the Indian crying about littering? Remember that old commercial? We were at this goes back. We were at Kowloon a couple years back. The four of us got together to have a powwow, and Rubber Shoes is leaving. He's like, wait a minute. And he goes back in. Cena wore the Kowloon Jordans at WrestleMania, brought them back, signed them, and the Wongs have them over the maitre d' table in a shadow box. And I shit you not, if I didn't see it with my own eyes, Rubber Shoes genuflected like he was at church when he saw those shoes. He was very excited. Very emotional.
Mr. Wong, there's on 98.5, there's a bunch of guys that are big wrestling fans on there. So they're going to WrestleMania in Las Vegas with Andy Wong.
Andy's the man. Yeah, it's unbelievable. The king of Saugus.
Oh, the Kowloon Crew, they're called.
That's amazing.
I don't know what's happening.
One thing we have to do, somebody said this to me, and I'm like, that's actually a really brilliant idea. When you go in there, in that, that there's that little like foyer when you leave the lobby, and it's all the pictures, mostly wrestlers. Yep. You've got Mickey Ward from Lowell from the Golden Gloves, like all those pictures. One of my agents is like, Timmy, just frame a picture yourself and just go in there and hang it up. They'll never notice. And we'll all be like, we should all get headshots of ourselves and just go in there one day and just like slap them up. Why not just slap them up? Right. Yeah. They'll never notice. They'll never know. Corey's had enough of this. All right. Talk Celtics. Talk Celtics.
Did you watch wrestling as a kid, Corey?
No.
No. Wow.
We were so poor we didn't have our walls finished upstairs.
Here we go. He was busy.
The only TV. The only TV I got to watch.
People actually watch wrestling now.
Well, the only TV I got to watch was we had this little rotor where you could turn the antenna. I only got 3 channels, and half of them were Canadian, so there was no wrestling in Canada.
Did you live way up in
Machias? Look it
down east Maine.
Okay,
which makes no sense, but yeah,
right on the border of St. Stephen, New Brunswick. Basically.
Okay, all right.
The tip, just the tip.
Yeah, but you should have been able to get Calgary Stampede wrestling.
No idea, man.
You're watching foreign wrestling, Rubber Shoes?
No, but that was in that era back before WWF.
Back in my day.
Yeah.
Before WWF like started buying all the different territories, like all the different, this is like the southeast, southwest, Texas, like they all had their own territories and their own wrestlers, and Calgary was pretty much all of Canada, like, and it was Bret Hart's dad ran that one.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate the knowledge that you know of this wrestling. That
there's a lot going on.
I do want to note
my son, like he's only 22, but he can tell you everything all the way back. Like the history of wrestling, he knows better than anyone I know.
I do want it noted that Rubber Shoes doesn't think I looked my age. He said I looked younger. I just want to note it.
Yep, I do.
Yeah, 49 going on 49. Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to be 35 forever. Let's just say that.
30.
So you're joining that.
Is that what your Grinder account says? 35.
Yeah. That's exactly what I need right now.
So Scotty and Adam.
A good man in your life, Corey. A good man in your life.
Scotty and Adam like 10 years younger than us?
I just had this conversation with Adam. I love that you brought this up. I just texted him this morning.
Adam's got to be my age. Right?
I'm like, bro, I completely forgot your birthday, didn't I? And he's like, yeah, it's okay. He's Feb 19. I always forget. Because you guys are all in a row. Scotty's January 23rd.
Yep.
Feb 19, March 20, April 23rd, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm the 20th, yep.
And then I'm October 10. I'm out in left field. Shocking. I mean, it is what it is. But like you guys are
I never forget it because my mom's is on the 11th.
Oh, I have so many in March. My godson was this morning. Not this morning. Today. It's the whole day.
Friday is my brother. Saturday is my mother. Monday is my cousin. Wednesday is Tyler. Following Saturday is my brother-in-law. And then St. Patty's Day is my stepmother.
That's too much. Yeah. Do one cake.
And then like The Office, they tried.
Yes,
like,
yes.
Jim tried. Yeah.
Happy birthday, October.
Yep.
Happy birthday, October. So rubbish shoes.
Do you know like age-wise Adam is?
I
said you knew his birthday, but you didn't.
I jokingly asked, but stand by.
I know he's definitely.
He's got to be at least. He's got to be in the ballpark of.
I jokingly said, "What are you 24 now?" And then he said, "Nailed it." He didn't respond. So, for the life of me, yeah. He's
got to be 45.
I don't know if I'd go there. I might go younger.
Really?
Wow. And the baby face doesn't help.
No, he looks young, but he acts old.
He's Grandpa.
I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean
no, yeah, he's Grandpa de Young. Yes,
yeah,
very pragmatic. Yes,
yeah.
Rubber shoes. We finally sat in those seats where you guys have your Christmas party now.
Yep.
Yeah, we did the rafter thing on Sunday. That
sounded pretty cool.
Yeah, what an experience. And I'm writing to Janina and to my mom, and I'm like, this child's broken. Like he'll never go sit with the people again. Yeah. Like never again. You get at least
the elevator right up to
unbelievable. You park, shoot straight up, and then the fact that your seats are there. Francis is roaming around. He's like, this is great. Like, and then when halftime comes, because we were in rafter section 8, and like they're not all interconnected. I mean, I know you can pull as you look down, you can see like there's just really just curtains. They could have it all open, but obviously they don't. So it was probably 7, 8, 9. I don't know, maybe 6 or 8 sections all on that corner where we were sitting. And at halftime, I'm like, well, this is going to be jammed up a little bit because there's a lot of people up here, but also not a lot of people because it's not that packed. The private men's and ladies room, the huge bar, which never had more than one person getting a drink, and then the concessions, which were good. I mean, the prices are just so ridiculous, which was just stunning to me. I'll tell you what we got and how much it cost. I was like, this is so ridiculous.
Well, you saw that video. The Boston was the most expensive Vinny Arena for a beer, right?
Oh yeah, all of it across the board. It's just unbelievable. So we walk up to the concession area. There was a guy sort of behind the rope. I asked him, I'm like, "Sir, you in line?" He's like, "Nope." I walk around. When I get in line, the girl's ordering. She's done. Like as soon as I got in line, this is at halftime. So he and I both got the chicken fingers. So you get 4 chicken fingers with kettle chips, and then it was I got a collector's cup Sprite, he got a water, and then we both got a cookie, and that was $76.
No, it wasn't. Wow, I'm gonna have to take out a loan when I go in April.
I was like, what just happened?
That's the Tatum Fund. Gotta pay for that contract somehow.
Let me say this concerning that, and maybe Maybe I was looking at something different, but I swear to God, when I was looking at like the chicken finger boxes that we got, I thought it said like 15 and change. I thought it said about $16. So I had 32 in my head. I'm thinking drink, probably 10 for the collector's cup, if not 12, right? So maybe 44 now. Cookie 10, 54, 64. I mean, I guess it's not crazy. Actually, just redoing that math in my head, it's not that crazy. Everything, because my Sprite would have been $12, $14 because I got the collector's cup.
See, I go to an Atlanta game and I can get that whole thing for like $22.
It's unbelievable, but yeah, totally broken to go back down. Yeah, that was super cool. And I know Rubbish Shoes has been up there. Like you're thinking to yourself, well, the perspective's not going to be that great. It's like watching that overhead shot when you're playing like a video game basketball.
It was really good.
It was really good.
I've been up there once. Yeah, it's
like
cool.
You could see faces, and I was like, oh, there's Zero. That's Tatum. Like I could see his face.
Yeah.
You know.
So I'm in the lows section when I go April 6th.
Nice.
I'm flying up
the last game of the season, right?
Last game of the season, yeah.
Nice.
I'm flying up, and then I got to fly Monday to Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Good times.
Yeah.
Good
I
times.
go from the city to the country.
But they've clicked. Like they've you guys kept saying it, and I was fearful it wasn't going to happen. They've decided that it's time to get ready for the playoffs.
Oh, it's go time. Oh yeah, they're dialed. They're dialed.
That Friday night game against Cleveland, that was
really annoying. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And even Sunday, we got up.
Sunday was a little
they skated
dicey.
back in, and I'm like, oh my God, here we go. And Francis,
but also
Francis doesn't want to watch a loss in person. He was losing.
No Porzingis and no Drew Holiday in both of those games.
Yeah, they were both out in both games. Yes. Funny. I was watching. I was going to text you guys. I was watching, White warm up, and he was just lacing it from the corner. Like Steph Curry style. Like he probably hit about 17 in a row. And I'm like, oh my God. And then he came out firing. And then I texted you guys and I'm like, live and die by the three. Like we were just launching up some horrible shots.
Yep.
Horrible shots. And I know that's going to be how it's going to go through the playoffs. I guess my question for you both as the NBA insiders, is Cleveland our only concern to get out of the East, or do you think somebody else could snipe us? What Cleveland is doing to everybody because they're having a season. But is what Cleveland is doing to us, is that replicatable? Like, when somebody would catch the Patriots and the NFL would be like, well, there's a blueprint out there now. Now you know what to do.
I think when the playoffs start, I don't think Cleveland is as hot as everyone they have been this season. They've been great this season, but I just don't think they're ready for.
When you're in a series, you're game planning against them a little more. You're figuring out tendencies. I think we still beat them. 5 games at worst. I still think as long as the Celtics are healthy, they're the best team in the East.
Easy. I mean, really, to quote Ricky Bobby, no one can hang with my stuff, right? They can't. No one can hang with them, right?
Well, the Western Conference, they got some teams that are going to give them a challenge.
Yeah, but I don't see I don't see anybody beating him in a 7-game series.
I don't know. The Lakers scare me right now. They're playing freaking unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
And it hurts to say that. Like, I hate LeBron with a passion, but
they look like the Globetrotters.
You thought them losing AD, they were going to be a worse defensive team, and they're actually been better since he's gone. And maybe that's LeBron has stepped up and decided, I'm going to play every game, like the full game, instead of just walking out there and doing 10 minutes and then walking off with 5 minutes left of the play, to go to the locker room.
Right.
Like he's engaged. I think he feels, and that's the only that's his biggest thing, and why, in my mind, and I know Corey's mind, and I'm pretty sure Timmy's mind, he'll never be better than Jordan, because when things go bad, he shuts down. And when they don't go his way, he shuts down, and he stops playing. That's why I'm afraid, because he's engaged right now. So he sees something with him and Luka out there. But it's gonna the Western Conference. They're gonna beat the crap out of them, each other.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't know if LeBron can play, make it to the finals, because he's just gonna take a beating.
Well, great point you make about LeBron too. Like as you were saying it, I was thinking to myself that, to me, when I picture side by side LeBron and Michael, it's selfishness versus selflessness.
Yeah.
Like that's just what it is. Like you never, and this is where people are like, oh, here come the old heads, right? He didn't have to play in an era where they were punching each other in the face and it still wasn't a foul. All that kind of stuff. But just, the way he shows up, or doesn't show up for that matter. And to me, one of the most, and this will be overlooked, but I keep going back to it since it happened, and it was only a few weeks ago, showing up for the playoff game. For the All-Star game, and waiting until the last minute to decide he wasn't going to play, and robbing some other kid's resume of a spot on that team, robbing some other kid's resume of a start on that team. He's beyond that. He doesn't need. Yeah, that to me is that's the epitome of who he is.
Yeah, he wanted it as a resume filler, because I went to all these All-Star games, right?
Yep.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that to me was just like, that's why he's never going to be. And it's so funny, and I love to watch the fights go on about just the people on, Get Up or all these other shows on ESPN where they're constantly fighting about who the GOAT is. And yeah, there's a pretty consistent old guard that's going to die on the hill next to Michael, but like it's not even a conversation. It's not even a conversation.
I know. The thing is LeBron should have made it not even close. Like, he had his ability, his size, the stuff he can do. If he had the desire that Kobe and Jordan and Johnson and Bird had, he would have dominated his time. He would have he'd be in Wilt conversation for championships.
I don't think he has the grace that Jordan has. I mean, I watched some highlights of Jordan today, and I saw some of the pull-up Jays.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, he's the biggest, strongest guy in the league, and has the ability better than anyone that he's playing against right now. But he defaults to other players. He does, like, he could have 100 if he wanted to, which I'm surprised he hasn't tried, because that'd be his ego say, oh, Wilt did 100, I'm going to do 100. Like, he could just take over.
He's got 50,000 points now, right?
Yeah,
he surpassed that yesterday.
Was Kobe 80 or 88? What did Kobe do?
81.
Oh, it was 81. That's what it was. Yeah, because there's that commercial where he's ordering
Jalen Rose.
He's ordering the martini. How many olives?
81. Oh, I miss Kobe, man.
Oh, God, he was so good. So friggin' funny. 81.
Well, the Celtics play tonight. Who do you got? Blazers or
Celtics play back-to-backs?
Yeah.
Again?
Celtics are tonight and tomorrow night, or were they last night and tonight? I'm so confused.
Oh, they didn't play last night.
No, Celtics play tonight, tomorrow night, and then they play Saturday, Lakers Saturday. That's going to be a big game. 8 o'clock, I think. Right?
Yeah, they play the Blazers twice, right?
They play the Blazers twice. Is
Blazers and then the Sixers.
Oh, Sixers. Blazers. Okay. Yeah.
Blazers, Sixers. Then the Lakers are 8 o'clock Saturday night, which is crazy. That's a hell of a run. So I wonder, what do we rest people on Saturday? Like, what games do we rest people?
Oh, you're playing everybody on that Lakers game.
I would think so, right?
Yeah. All hands on deck.
Yes.
To demolish that whole noise.
Yeah.
And then next time I see rubber shoes, to be like, I think the Lakers are falling apart.
I hope you're right. I hope
they
you're
could
right.
have had Debo for a 5th round pick. Debo,
I mean,
where's my bicycle?
So this is the thing. LeBron probably won't play in that game. He'll figure out a reason.
A bag of assholes. If he doesn't play Saturday night,
if there's a question like, ooh, I don't know if we can beat them, he'll take the night off for maintenance.
Because Bob and Joan in Arlington, Massachusetts, that bought their kids tickets to go see the Celtics play the Lakers, bought their kids tickets to let the go watch the Celtics play LeBron and the Lakers.
Yeah.
For him to step into this is where him as an ambassador for the game and for the future of the game, for him to not play Saturday night will be the biggest biatch move of all time. He'll
play. It's on ABC. He wants everybody to see his brand. Okay. Rubber Shoes will be there wearing a half Celtic shirt, half Lakers shirt.
I know. I feel like he's going to be in halvesies.
Don't send any pictures, Rubber Shoes. No, I'll punch you in the throat.
Once he retires, then I'll get a Luka jersey. Luka jersey.
Speaking of Luka, the Mavericks are falling apart. They're literally falling apart.
Yeah,
the wheels are breaking.
Kyrie's ACL blew up, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It didn't look that bad. You know what I mean?
Well,
you think he's parking his car for the season? I listen. Kyrie's a lot of things. I think he would play. If he could play, he would play.
Maybe they talked him into doing that. Like the big rumor out there is that the girl that bought Cuban out wants to go to the Vegas.
Yeah.
She wants to move the team to Vegas. And they have a lease that's a long time, and they won't let them out of it. So, but if they're a shitty team, then they'll be like, why the hell do we want them to stay here?
Interesting.
That would be tragic. I'm just like, I still miss the Seattle Supersonics. Just gonna say it.
Yes.
But that's Texas has 3 teams. So it's like
Dallas, I'll be stunned.
I just can't believe
that'd be an uprising. And you can say that, and you're like, well, hold it. But like all these other teams move, thinking of, Baltimore going to Indy and all that kind of stuff. I know people have moved their teams overnight. I'd be stunned, and I don't know how they don't figure. I just had this conversation with my mom the other day about just all the hockey teams. Because we were talking about the North Stars, the Dallas Stars were wearing their throwbacks, but they weren't throwbacks, but the color scheme and in homage to the Minnesota North Stars.
No, it was the Minnesota Wild.
Sorry, the Minnesota Wild.
I love how he corrects you.
Yes, always, and he should, because I'm fucking wrong because I don't do my research. Yeah, it was the Minnesota Wild Bearhead. But it was in the North Star colors.
Yeah.
And I was explaining to Cheryl, and I'm like, and this and that, and Winnipeg was gone, but now they're back, and they became this. And she's like, it's all a money grab, which is a shit show.
Quebec,
and I don't think
Quebec City should get a team again.
What's that?
Quebec City should get a team again.
The Nordiques, great. It's it's one of those hats you see in the wild, and you're like, that's a dope logo. 4,000%. Yeah, I think Vegas can invent a basketball team, and they should.
Yeah, if they allow with expansion, that's the thing. The NBA is going to have to allow expansion.
But does Dallas need to be the team that gets moved? I understand the owner wants to.
The owner wants to because she has something to do with casinos and hotels. Like that's her background.
I get that.
So that's why she wants to move them.
Developing story. Metcalf requesting a trade. This will happen right when we leave, probably.
Oh, did you? He's requesting.
Metcalf. Developing story. Metcalf requests a trade.
Yep. He'll look good in a Patriots uniform.
Oh my God, he'd look great in a Patriots uniform. Because did we not miss him in the same draft that we got? What's his face?
N'Keal Harry. We drafted him before him.
Yep, we took N'Keal Harry before DK Metcalf. That's a horror show. Yep. That is a horror show. All right, we're going to save the Red Sox for next week. Can we do that, Rubber Shoes? Are you good? Any breaking news about the Sox? What do you got?
They were awesome.
Yes, we have a team.
I really think they have a good shot of winning the East. Because the Yankees are already got some injuries that they're not getting back to like the end of May, they're saying. So they might, and I think they're supposed to be back the end of May and probably not play until June.
Good.
Like they have
Perfect.
three big players for them that are going to be. But the Yankees, they always just, we'll just bring this guy up that we've never heard of from AAA, and he'll become an all-star.
I don't. So I was in downtown Greenville last night, and I couldn't find a parking spot. I was like, why can't I find a parking spot? The Greenville Drive have already started playing games. They had a game yesterday.
Really?
I feel like baseball's early.
Regular season, like their regular season.
I haven't. I mean, I walked by the stadium and it was.
Yeah.
Don't they usually start
lit.
like June?
Because I mean, they're still in spring training. I thought
the place was packed.
I thought the single A would start. Maybe it was the bananas.
Savannah Bananas.
That would have been. It would have been chaos. No, it wasn't that.
It wasn't them. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I would have known that. But yeah, I was walking by. I was like, I feel like it's a little early for baseball.
Yeah, that's interesting.
What are they? The Greenville what?
Greenville Drive.
Drive.
Something I didn't think of, Rubber Shoes. Will doing the call. He was on EEI and they were talking to him like, so you're taking over, and I'm like, oh my God, Joe is done. I forgot Joe's retired.
Yeah.
So first season without Joe is so weird.
Their first game's April 4th.
It's a pop up.
So what was yesterday then?
I don't know. Doesn't say.
Doesn't say. That's weird.
So we were, Steph and I were in the car, put the game on, and frickin' Joe Castiglione's on.
Oh, that's funny. Really? Was he?
I'm like, and I think it was the first radio game. And I'm like, he took 0 days off for his retirement.
Back. He's back. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm guessing he has an open invitation if he like in Florida,
anytime
he's around,
he wants to do
come
anything.
on in.
Yep.
Same if he's up here visiting his grandkids and stuff.
Yep.
Come on into the booth. Yeah. But I was wow,
he's a goat.
Yeah.
That's got to get ready. Got to get ready for the Clemson BU game. That's in an hour.
BU.
Less than an hour.
BU.
BC.
I will cut your uterus out if you say that
BC.
again.
Sorry.
BU. I know I've said this a million times, but I love saying it. You know what BC and BU kids have in common?
What?
They both applied to BC. Yeah, they're going to be a nemesis, though. I'm getting my shots in now. They're going to be a nemesis. They have our number this year. We have to get through them for Hockey East, and they're going to be in the dance too, for sure. So,
be nice if they set it up that they could meet in the finals
for Hockey East or for the whole thing.
For the whole thing,
yeah, they'll throw us in different brackets. I'll be shocked if we're in the same bracket. They're pretty smart about that kind of stuff historically.
Yeah.
But I remember I threw that stat out to you guys. Like Hockey East teams that win the national title usually will precede it with a beanpot win when it's Northeastern or us or BU, because Harvard doesn't usually win the national title. But yeah, so that's annoying because BU already has that box checked. But anywho, yeah, and I got to get home. Aiden has a game at 8. Playing in the dark and the cold out there in beautiful downtown Illinois. All right, we'll be back at it next week.
8 o'clock Eastern.
On my calendar, when I bring it up, it says 8, so it's 7 for them.
Oh,
yeah, 7 for them, 8 for us. Yep. We'll be back at it next week. I have no idea. I think right now I'm thinking Wednesday because I still have the golf. If we don't get eliminated from the playoffs, I still have golf next Tuesday. So we're planning on Wednesday, I think. Does that make sense for you guys?
I have Fire Station Wednesday next week.
You do?
Should be fine.
Should be fine. Okay. We might be able to move, Rubber Shoes. I think Coach and I are going to get eliminated from the playoffs. With pure math. We'll find out. I'll know Monday, but I'll let you know. But Wednesday, possibly Tuesday for next week. For Scotty, stuck in hair and makeup and shitty meetings. For Adam, stuck in hair and makeup. And for Corey and myself and the one and only Rubber Shoes in LA. And our dear friends, Joe and Leslie at AAA Work Trucks. We'll see you next week. We'd love for you to subscribe and comment and share. And is it a like or a love? Do we have hearts or thumbs? I don't know what we have on. I never look. I'm
all thumbs.
It's all thumbs. Yeah, I'm like an Irish movie critic. 3 thumbs up. We'll see you next week.